Welcome to Oddball. Amin, I'm very excited. We're doing something a little different this season on Tuesdays. And look, for everybody out there, if you listen to Amin Elhassan enough talking about basketball, it might seem like he really does know everything there is to know about basketball. Amin, would you say that that is accurate?
I'm flattered. That's what I'll say.
Okay. Well, throughout the regular season on Oddball, we're going to be putting that knowledge to the test, my dude. Every Tuesday, you are going to face off against a special guest in a game of trivia about this week in NBA news. So, folks, that's right. For the first time, I can say it is time on Oddball for Trivia Tuesday. Look at that. Look at that amazing.
No music, huh? Just a brain. Oh, there is music. All right.
Just a big brain.
This is straight from Wii Resort. I've played Wii Resort enough times to know that music.
I haven't and I don't, but I'm very excited to introduce our first contestant. You all know him. You love him. From the title of the show, Amin Elhassan. There he is. But our first special guest.
Oh, you thought about me?
Yeah, there you are.
I thought you were introing the guest.
Our first special guest, our first challenger for the big brain of Amin Elhassan is Mike Ryan, whom you know and love from the Dan Le Batard Show. Mike, thank you so much for joining us on our first ever Trivia Tuesday.
I'm the first guest. This is not how you roll out a special guest. And they may know me from the Le Batard Show. I'm not sure they love me, but either way, I'm here to test
That's all we can ask for.
I want to test my NBA. Is this NBA trivia against Amin?
It is.
This is everything, so buckle up.
The rules are simple. We're going to have 6 different questions for each contestant about the past week in NBA news. You're right, Mike. Nothing more. Whoever gets the most questions right is the winner. And it's like penalty kicks, but with your brain. You're encouraged to think out loud. We like that because we're making a show here. But you are only allowed one final answer. And in the event of a tie, a subjective tiebreaker question will be posed by me for the deciding point. So are you guys ready to get going?
Yeah,
yes, they are. Okay, great.
I guess.
Mike Ryan, we're starting with you.
Has the last week been a busy week in the NBA news cycle?
No, nothing happened, Mike. Nothing at all.
Okay.
Yeah, no, nothing. It's wild that we're doing this, but we do have a question for you. Mike, which big man did the Knicks just acquire in a trade from the Timberwolves?
I know this one.
Yeah,
I'm going to think out loud.
What do we do? What are we doing?
The memes really made me laugh, and I'm pretty sure it's Karl-Anthony Towns.
That is your correct. That you got a point. You got what meme was your favorite, Mike?
Jesus.
There's a great impressionist that did a live call, finding out from his agent that he nailed Kat's accent. That comes and goes sometimes. I can't wait to find out what his New York accent will be.
Oh man, same. What are your thoughts though? Seriously, on Karl-Anthony Towns in New York?
I think the East continues to get better. I think it's an interesting fit given what they identify so strongly with in terms of how they approach the game. But Kat, I think, answered some questions there. But all in all, they got Julius Randle off the books. They were better without Julius Randle. I think they clearly got better. As the East generally, the top teams have continued to improve. So it just makes a hotly contested conference that more hotly contested.
Ooh, we love a hot contest. All right. Speaking of hot contests, I mean, it is your turn. Your first question.
Okay.
The last trade between the Knicks and the Timberwolves in November of 2020 also involved a big. Which player was that?
I hate y'all, man. That's not new. That's not news at all. That happened last week. November of 2020. So this would have been right after the season ended, because remember, that was the COVID season. We had a very short off season before we started Christmas week for the new season. It was a big who was traded from. Wait, was New York acquiring the big, or is New York sending the big out?
No, the Knicks sent someone to Minnesota.
They sent someone to Minnesota who's a big. Oh man, Stab in the dark here. I'm going to say Jason Smith.
No, that's a good stab in the dark. The answer, is Ed Davis. The Knicks sent Davis to Minnesota in exchange for Jacob Evans, the third Omari Spellman, and the T-Wolves 2026 second round pick.
Yeah, I swear to God, if you had asked me a million times, if you had said, what about Ed Davis? I said, Ed Davis never played for the Knicks. What are you talking about? That's how far off I was. All right.
You learn something. You learn something every day.
I'm beginning to realize what this. They told me. They told me. Okay, now I'm figuring out what this game is. All right.
Two very difficult questions off the bat. I survived mine. You didn't survive yours. I would have known that answer. I knew Ed Davis was a Knick.
Yeah, no, for sure. We all believe that, Mike. I was interested as to how long it would take you to figure out what we were doing here, but I can't wait to keep going. Mike, your second question. The Raptors are retiring Vince Carter's jersey along with what other team in the Eastern Conference?
Wow.
I saw this note on the social media front.
Did you?
I did. It's kind of like Slumdog Millionaire. That was my life experience, only it's very boring because my backstories are all I think I saw it on Twitter. Vince Carter is getting his jersey retired by the Brooklyn Nets and the Toronto Raptors.
You are correct. What do we think about the Raptors retiring Vince Carter's jersey? Anybody can answer this one. I'll let you talk if you want.
No, it's long overdue. Like we all knew he was perhaps the most important player in franchise history up until Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan came along, because he is the one that introduced literally a nation to the sport of basketball. He opened the floodgates of basketball to Canada, and the great influx of Canadian basketball talent we see in the league right now, you can directly credit it to two people, Vince Carter and Steve Nash.
There you go. Mike, as someone we all know, you love Kyle Lowry. Do you have any Vince Carter thoughts you need to get off your chest? Because this is a safe space.
I found it curious that the Nets announced it first. And it just opened the door for everybody to wonder aloud, what are the Raptors waiting for? And to their credit, they waited for about 72 hours. But also, most people identify Vince Carter with the Raptors. If you get a few people saying Nets, they don't say Brooklyn Nets. So it's all kind of weird. He's a New Jersey Net.
Wasn't? Right. It feels like you should be able to be retired as Brooklyn or New Jersey. Also, wasn't Francis Tiafoe wearing a Vince Carter New Jersey Nets jersey to warm up for the US Open? Or did I make that up?
I think he did. But also, I thought Mike's memory of Vince Carter would have been Vince Carter dunking all over Alonzo Mourning.
There's a bunch of people that did that, but Frederick Weiss thankfully takes the gold medal.
His on Mourning might have been the best. Him and Grant Hill, one of the two. Best dunk ever on Alonzo Mourning.
All right, are you ready? Your second question?
That's right. Yes, I am. After a little more childhood trauma of Mike Ryan. Yes, now I'm ready.
There you go. Vince Carter retired third all-time in total games played.
Mm-hmm.
How many games did Vince Carter play in his career?
We agreed we're not doing... Is this multiple choice? We agreed we're not doing numbers. Numbers, I'm not... I'll Google this right now.
We're doing multiple choice. We're doing multiple choice.
All right.
Okay. 1,400, 1,368, or 1,541?
1,541.
Yep. You're right.
Yeah, that's right.
You got it.
Even though you guys cheated.
Robert Parrish.
Even though you guys cheated, I still got it.
Wow. Look at that. Don't take it up with me. I'm simply
just saying, like, who knows numbers off the top of their head? Like, it's not baseball. It's like, 61 home runs or whatever. Like, no, I've never looked at how many games Vince Carter played in his career ever. Not even when he played his last game.
It's crazy though, because he's behind Robert Parrish, who has 1,611, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who has 1,560. And LeBron is sixth with 1,492. Yeah. I don't know if I'm saying numbers right now. I'm looking at these numbers and I'm like, am I saying this right? But that's sort of surprising for how long LeBron has played in the league.
All those Miami trips where he takes 2 weeks off, 3 weeks off, comes back better than ever. That's where it was. He loses games in those times.
Well, all right. Mike, it's time for your third question. Asia Wilson won the WNBA MVP award after a record-setting season for the Aces. and she is reportedly dating which member of the Miami Heat?
Right. Well, I love how you narrow it down to which member of the Miami Heat who's a front court player and one of the best defensive players in the entire NBA.
Ooh, I thank you for that hint.
Yeah.
I was going to say Tyler Hero, but that changed my mind.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to go with Bam Adebayo now. Although I kind of want to see her with Tyler Hero now that I spoke that into existence.
I don't know that we want to do that to her. I just love how the mayor of Miami blew up their spot. And Sid Colson tweeting, if I send you this picture of the mayor of Miami, just know I'm going to tell on you is amazing. Amin, it's your time for your last question.
How many points did Asia Wilson score in her last game or some like that? All right, give it to me.
No, it's just which player led the game in scoring in the Aces versus Liberty game. They are now up in
Brianna Stewart.
Yeah.
Because I watched that.
Yeah,
that's right.
Congrats. Brianna Stewart, the Liberty are up 1-0 in the series. Mike, do you have any thought who's going to win it all this year?
I have no idea. I have no thoughts there. I had none. I mean, what do you think? Zero thoughts.
I think we should give me another question. That's I even though I'm down on some, I will prevail. I have faith.
You will? Okay.
Yes.
Well, you're going to have to wait because we were halfway through our game of trivia and we have to wait to find out if Mike or Amin wins when we come back. Welcome back to Oddball, here with Amin Elhassan. And let's bring in, once again, our special guest, Mike Ryan, for the first Trivia Tuesday in Oddball's history. This is going great. Mike is up 3 to Amin's 2 points. And it is time for Mike's fourth question. So, Mike Ryan, which former MVP just retired after 16 seasons in the league?
Ooh. 16 seasons.
Just thinking, folks. 16 seasons, former MVP, just retired.
This was last week.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Charlotte, you want to tell them what division or what team he used to play for?
Oh, wait, no.
What
no
college
hints.
he went to?
I know this.
What his SAT score was, and did he score it himself?
Derrick Rose. It's Derrick Rose.
Yes. Good job,
I had forgotten
Mike.
that he won an MVP because he just wasn't LeBron James one year.
Okay. Well, it was 2011. He was the youngest MVP in league history. Do you guys think the Bulls should retire his jersey?
The way Chicago people talk? Absolutely, because they won't shut the hell up about this dude. I get it. He's from Chicago, and he came from a rough part of Chicago, and he made it. Loud and clear.
Yeah.
Sure.
I remember the coverage of Derrick Rose that season, that LeBron was the most hated person in sports. And I think the narrative got to a point that Michael Wilbon actually said on PTI that Derrick Rose misses free throws on purpose to get his teammates involved.
No.
I mean, that is a hell of a way to get your teammates involved, man. I myself have always said, you know what? I think Steph Curry should miss more free throws so that Draymond can grab rebounds and feel better about himself.
There you go. Just a little ego boost. All right, Amin, your fourth question.
Mm-hmm.
Only 2 of Derrick Rose's teammates from his MVP season in 2011 are still in the league. Can you name either player? And I have a hint for you if you want it, and it's a good one.
Taj Gibson is one.
Yes.
What? Oh, what the hell? I don't even get a moment to ponder.
You only needed one.
No, you can have another second.
Oh,
think about it for.
Okay.
There are 2.
Oh man.
He's thinking, folks.
I'm thinking it's probably gonna be who was someone that was young back then, and now it's 2008, 2009. I'm sure I could figure it out if I had unlimited time, but I don't have unlimited time. What's the answer? Give me a hint. Give me a hint. Can you give me a hint?
Okay, the other player was in his second year out of Wake Forest at the time in 2011.
Oh, this is easy. Second year, it's James Johnson.
James Johnson.
Wow.
Yeah. Bloodsport.
He cannot be stumped, folks.
Yeah.
Yes. And Jimmy Butler was drafted by Chicago the next season. We were talking about Jimmy Butler before.
Omura
'cause he
Sheik was a
didn't
DMP all season long for Milwaukee. His Adam's apple, actually. It was just
Dude, it was
Omura Sheik's Adam's apple logged
crazy.
8 minutes of court time in the G
He
League.
was once like a guy that was like, this guy's gonna make a ton of money in the league, and then it's like, yeah, the league changed, dude. You're out of a job. Him and Roy Hibbert.
Real quick, we didn't talk about yesterday on Oddball how Jimmy Butler didn't dress up for media day. He said it was because last year he did the emo thing. He always does something. He said he ran out of time. It was travel issues. Are we buying that? Mike, as a Heat fan, how do you feel?
As a Heat fan, I mean, this is not getting off to an ideal start, but we did have a named storm down here. There was bad travel issues, but maybe so he likes to have this photo for media day so it can hang over the entire season. Like last year,
yes,
he was an emo themed, and he actually played the season out like he was a bit emo. So I guess this season is playing out like he's just not going to show up for work sometimes, and that's setting a pretty bad foundation.
I mean, why were you laughing?
Because Mike was like, this is already off to a bad start. Like, because he showed up regular. Where's your outfit, buddy? Where's the thing? We've come to expect this of you. Oh, you're gonna flake on that, just like you flake on everything else. That's
you showed up
Heat
late.
fan.
It would have
argue-
happened if Udonis Haslam was there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you could argue that Jimmy dressing up does show a level of affection for the team. So, I don't know anything. I'm just asking questions. Mike, you ready for your fifth question? Yes, you are. Fantastic. Which Western Conference head coach said this about their starting point guard? Quote, I have despised Chris for many years.
Jesus Christ! You couldn't even say him? You couldn't even just
I was going to guess this was about Chris Paul because no one likes Chris Paul. And I would lump in Greg Popovich in that class of people that don't like Chris Paul. So I'm going to say it was Greg Popovich saying that about his new point guard, Chris Paul.
I'm going to be honest. I forgot until this question that Chris Paul was now on the Spurs. I didn't know that Greg Popovich said I have despised Chris for many years. I mean, did you know that?
It's media day, Charlotte. There's a bunch of quotes that are going to become all week long that you haven't heard before because they all happen on media day.
That's interesting. What do you know? You learn something every day here on Oddball.
I know these questions are awful. Like the specificity on each one. You guys like, which San Antonio Spurs head coach said this about his Hall of Fame headed point guard who just came from the Warriors? I really hate
This is the
Chris
first
Paul.
Trivia Tuesday. The first Trivia Tuesday, there's going to be a learning curve. We want to be sure that our guests have a pleasant experience and a real chance to compete against you, Amin, the basketball big brain genius. We're just trying to make everybody happy here, and you, except for you. So your fifth question, Amin, which Eastern Conference head coach said this about their starting point guard? He's had a great career. I just wanted to remind him that's who he is. It's one of I am going to give you a hint because
I don't get Drew had a great career or something like that.
Okay, I'm going to do it because this is a fair place here. Jordan's had a great career. I just wanted to remind him that's who he is.
Oh God! Please tell me this isn't Washington Wizards head coach. My man's name,
it is.
Man.
This is Washington Wizards head coach Brian Keefe talking about.
Keefe, that's right.
Talking about Jordan Poole. And so here's my follow-up question to that. Amin, for you, has Jordan Poole had a great career?
No, but I know one thing. My lie detector is going off like crazy for Brian Keefe. Man, you ain't got to lie to kick it like that. You just got to be like, hey, man, you're a good player. Hey, you've proven yourself in this league. You've had a good career. I mean, I guess winning a championship and making, take it back. You make $100+ million, you win a championship. That's a good career. Yeah. I don't give a what happens to him after that.
Okay, I have a follow-up for both of you. Mike, I would like you to predict the Wizards' record for this season, and then Amin, I would like for you to do the same.
Okay. You could have given me to the...
that we don't know the answer yet, and they're very bad.
You could have given me to the end of time to name the Wizards' head basketball coach, and we would have been here the entire time.
I'm going to be honest, probably same if it weren't written in the doc. I'm not sure I would have known that, and I host a daily, except Friday's basketball show.
Yeah. All right, they're still doing 82 games, right?
Yes.
All right.
Last
Let's
I
give them
checked.
20 wins.
Oh, okay. I mean, how many wins are you giving the Wizards?
I'm gonna give my answer, but if I get it right, if I'm closer to it, then I get the win for this one. You guys have to retroactively take the victory away from Mike Ryan and give it to me.
Okay, fine.
I'm gonna say 17 wins.
Wow. Okay. All right. That was painful for producer Hank, who loves the Wizards and is always sad because of it. It is time for Mike Ryan's final question. Mike, Joe Mazzulla and the Celtics, my Boston Celtics, addressed the media last week. And speaking of Joe, I can't believe this. I forgot this was a question. What movie did he say he watched 4 times a week?
I know this one. It's The Town.
Yes.
Oh, you guys not? We're not even doing
What?
the new movie that he's doing now. You guys asking him the one that he watched once upon a time.
This is your chance. This is your chance to. What movie did Joe Mazzulla say he's watching this week? Bonus question for you.
Okay.
This year.
I don't remember. I remember the Bronx Tale from last year.
You just gave yourself this question.
I know. What was the movie you said he was watching?
I can't remember it either, though. I can't. What was it?
March of the Penguins. Final answer.
No, it wasn't. Can
Yes,
someone
it was.
look this up real quick
No,
and put
they
it in
can't.
the document?
You just got to take
What
my word
was
for it.
the-
No, you guys don't know. Nobody knows. Look at the control room. Nobody knows. They're all
Megalopolis.
they're looking at each other and
Wait.
shrugging.
No. I know this. It's not The Departed. It's another.
March of the Penguins.
Someone Google it.
March of the Penguins.
It's not March of the Penguins.
I
He said
promise you
March
it's
of the
March of the
Penguins?
Penguins. It is March of the
All
Penguins.
right. Well,
Give me the
anyway,
point. Give me the point. Give me the point. I want to see the point. Give me the point.
we don't know that that's true.
It is true. I know it.
I'm gonna Google it. Joe Mazzulla new movie.
Well, give me my
this
sixth
season.
question while we wait for it to be Googled so that we're not killing time for you
Oh,
Googling.
here it is. Okay, I have it.
March,
Are you ready?
March of the Penguins, yeah.
No, not March of the Penguins. Whiplash and The Dark Knight. What, Mike?
March of
I
the
heard the
Penguins.
Dark Knight thing. I saw that. So I think I should get the point because I'm being honest. I actually legitimately saw that. Do I get his point?
Okay,
for
we're
seeing
not
it?
haggling over points anymore.
That
I
wasn't
gave
my
him you a
question.
chance.
Yeah,
That
thank
wasn't
you.
even my question. That was a bonus.
Okay. Here's your final question. Are you ready? Jeez.
Yeah.
Can I have his final question?
What is New York Nick? New York Nick, Karl-Anthony Towns' favorite movie?
What men want.
I mean, sort of. No.
No?
It's Coach Carter.
It would
It's
be.
Coach Carter.
Isn't it
and he said on
ironic?
Twitter that,
And Coach Carter's his favorite movie, and he would never want to play for Coach Carter.
yeah, well, is he now? I haven't seen Coach Carter. Is Tibbs like Coach Carter?
Yes. Tibbs is basically
Okay.
Coach Carter.
Okay. Karl-Anthony Towns on Twitter said that this movie taught him that, quote, your basketball team is only as good as your coach. So that's an interesting thing to say about someone that you have had a troubled past with and are now reunited. Do you want the tiebreaker? I mean, I'm sort of.
Why not?
We have a second.
Winner take all. Winner take all.
Okay. The question is, explain why the Boston Celtics, this is from Mike Ryan, explain why the Boston Celtics will 100% without a doubt repeat as NBA championships. And it's not a question.
Well,
They will
explain
not
how.
because I imagine the best player on the opposing team in every round won't get injured for a second consecutive year. And by the way, there has
You would
never
turn
been
it around.
such little fanfare for an NBA champion. You waited all that time to win a championship in high definition, and nobody talked or cared about you guys after you did it because they were all talking about the incredible Stanley Cup final.
Now I get to
Oh my God.
I get to rebut, and you get to choose who has the
Okay.
better answer, right? Right. My answer.
You
Can I
have
get the music, please?
20
Give me the-
seconds.
I need the bed. I need the bed. I need the
Okay.
bed. Play the bed. Give me the bed. Give me the bed. Give me the bed.
Talk. Just start
There it is.
talking and we'll
Okay.
get the music.
They're gonna repeat because they have the best fans in the world, including TV producers and movie stars, but most importantly, hosts of daily basketball shows, except for
Give
Friday.
Amin 3 more points. It's a tie. Folks,
Yes!
thank you. This has been Trivia Tuesday.
So we just tied?
Yes.
I mean, great ending. Okay, bye.